All right. I've been asked to watch some videos. Skeletor Reacts to Prismatic.
Skeletor! Hey, Skeletor!
F off, I'm busy.
You gotta come see this.
What? What is it? What?
Bungie just did a final shape stream.
Oh, God, is it more bad news?
No, that's the crazy thing. It looks good.
Bullshit.
No, I'm serious. They're letting us combine all the subclasses into one.
Bazich, please.
No, seriously. They're adding a whole new enemy faction.
Oh, did you guys see the stream too?
Yeah, we're talking about it.
Can't you two see I'm busy? These robots aren't going to genocide themselves. Bungie and good news. What a load of shit.
As crazy as it sounds, they're actually telling the truth.
What?
Yeah, believe it or not, Bungie actually cooked this time.
What? Now you're f***ing with me? Good news and Bungie don't go together.
Did I mention that they're giving us a class item that lets us have 2 Exilics at once?
You're not lying, are you? Well, son, that's all you had to say. Quick, we must press the good news button.
The what?
Aha, here we go. It's been a while since I pressed this. Guess it's been so long it doesn't work anymore. Never mind. Quick, to the monitor. Well, me. I thought P. Diddy had a better chance of a comeback than the final. But look at Bungie out here proving me wrong.
Yeah, seems like we actually have something to look forward to.
Well, shit. We should let this game die more often. Finally, I can create the Invis Solar Blink Hunter of my dreams. Never throwing knife into Invis dodge into...
Oh, throwing knife? No, you can't do that.
What?
Wait, did you not read the twit?
No, I didn't read the twab.
Ooh.
Boo! What do you mean it's limited?
I mean, it can't just do everything. It would power creep the other subclasses.
We're in the f***ing end game. F*** your power creep.
Hey, what about the exotic class items?
No, I forgot about those. F*** me, PvP's gonna be a real shenanigans orgy, isn't it?
Wait, what do the class items look like again?
What the fuck is that?
That's the exotic Titan mark.
Looks like a fucking diaper.
It does look like a diaper.
Oh God, what does the Hunter one look like? That looks straight out of Genshin Impact. What the fuck? Please say you can put an ornament on that.
Probably not, since it's an exotic and all.
You know it's a miracle when somehow Warlocks get the best looking class item, and it's because you can't fucking see it.
Oh, I can't wait to try out a Void Warlock with a healing grenade and arcane needle.
Whoa, slow down. You ain't using Prismatic.
What? Why?
I don't see Well of Radiance in the super list here, and you know the rules.
But I want to try out Prismatic.
Try telling anyone that on the LFG. See how far that gets you.
He's got a point, you know.
Once you realize your purpose in the class hierarchy, I'll be brainstorming the most disgusting, meta-warping loadout you've ever seen. Oh, it's the Fun Police.
The what?
I meant the Crucible Strike Team. They're here to nerf my build before I get to use it.
They're not very fast, are they?
Yeah, they usually take their time to do anything. Which gives me time to do this. Quick, to the escape Bronco.
The what?
You'll never take me alive.
Where can you even drive to? We're in space.
Guys, you're gonna want to come see this.
Dispatch, we got a white Bronco in east. Injured by back wreck.
It's O.J. Simpson.
Think he just called me a boob or something like that?
We're not doing our prophecy run tonight, are we? No, we are not.
Oh my God. Dude, somebody sign this man to fucking screenwrite something. Because this is amazing. Holy shit. Okay, that was a great watch, guys. That was gold. I was not expecting this. For those that don't know this last scene here, this is the same clip of OJ Simpson running from the police. How long did he drive for, guys? I can't remember. Which is funny because I guess not. I don't know. It's such a strange thing. OJ recently passed away. And it's also just in some weird way brings it back. Can we get a poll? Did he do it? We all know he did, right? I mean, come on. The whole glove doesn't fit bullshit. The shit's hilarious that he used this. Dude, somebody needs to sign this, man. Back to this part right here. And he is right. For Skeletor to be a little upset about this. Yes, Prismatic, and we did an entire breakdown video on Prismatic and also all the abilities that are not going to be a part of Prismatic. We don't really know exactly what other abilities Bungie's going to add in the future. But the way Prismatic works is like, yeah, you're going to have these abilities. Some of them are a little lackluster than others, but only certain abilities from each class that are going to be present to mix on the Prismatic class. Now, I still think it's going to be very, very strong because the whole point of Prismatic is to reach Transcendence. And you get those Transcendent abilities, which are very, very strong. Another thing about the class item, I think they look okay. I'm not necessarily against them. I mean, even the Hunter one looks all right to me. And I'm sure there are going to be some level of ornaments, but they look sexy. Again, though, what's going to be difficult is going up against someone rocking one of these class items. Because like if I'm like in a gunfight with someone and they're rocking ACD feedback, I'm like, all right, they're rocking ACD. I know not to punch them. But if they're rocking one of these class items, unless I physically went and looked at their class item to see what they're rocking, I don't really know what exactly the exotic hybrid is. It could be ACD feedback, could be Doom Marchers in there, hybrid together. And so there's going to be kind of a process going into especially games like Trials where you need to physically go and look at everyone's class item and see, all right, what are they using? But keep in mind, the balancing aspect on the exotic class items is that not the entire portion of the exotic trait is going to be present. Normally just the main portion that's going to be present on there. How rare? Again, Bungie stated it's supposed these class items are supposed to be incredibly rare and unique every single time, right? The hybrid that you get. It's not like we can slot things in ourselves. How rare are we talking? Do you think it's going to be more rare than shinies are currently? Which in the grand scheme of things, shinies, although they are rare, they're going to have to be more rare than that. Yeah, I think they're going to have to be more rare than that. I'm thinking they may be as rare as like exotics were back in Forsaken. Y'all remember how rare everything was? I didn't see One Eye Mask for the first, I think it was like 6-7 months of Forsaken. And we played every single day. Every single day. No One Eye Mask for 6-7 months. I was getting killed left and right by people using One Eye Mask, and there was nothing you could do. Because that exotic was so strong when it first came out. You got the overshield, you got the health bump, you got the tracking. It was broken. And so when you went up against somebody using One Eye Mask, you were just screwed. In 1v1 scenarios, you were screwed. And they would wreck you. And I don't know if these exotic class items are going to give you that level of lethality. I mean, depends. Depends on the exotic hybrid, right? But in terms of rarity, that was really rare. I don't want to go 6 months without getting one of these or seeing just one of these, right? That's going to be too rare considering the amount of combinations that you can get. There's also like feeds into the conversation, and we're going to be making a video on this on like rarity in Destiny. For the first time in a long time, I have been excited about drops. Like when I get a shiny drop, dude, I am hella hyped. I'm jumping up, and when it's the right roll, I am screaming. And so it's been a long time, guys. Even like adept roll drops that we get, I don't really feel that. Because I mean, you know when it's going to happen. You're like, the adept drops at the end of a Nightfall, a Grandmaster Nightfall, or at the end of Trials. And you're like, okay, yes, that's cool. And when it's the right roll, you're like, oh, that's really nice. But when that shiny drop hits your inventory and you see it, and then you see not only the 5 out of 5, but the 7 out of 7 God roll, something within you just explodes. And that's a feeling I haven't had in Destiny in a really long time. And that kind of comes back to crafting. This is the tightrope Bungie's having to walk here. Because crafting, unfortunately, kind of takes away from that experience. I love crafting simply because it helps me in vault space. Dude, if I had to keep all these rolls, it'd be a nightmare. But I love crafting because I always feel like I'm working towards something, and it's like a checklist. It's like, all right, I may have spent the past 12 hours grinding for something, but at least I'm now 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 5 on my attunement process. But you also don't get that same level of excitement. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got that feeling from the Midnight Coup. The other day, we had a shiny Midnight Coup drop on me. Oh my God, I was hollering. It was amazing. And even if it's not the 5 out of 5 God roll, you still get that dopamine rush because it's just the potential. The other thing that he pointed to in a very comedic way was he's talking here and he's saying that he can't wait to use his Warlock subclass, but then he immediately gets shut down and says, you know, you don't have another thing to rock other than Well of Radiance. As a Warlock, you are dedicated to always rocking Well of Radiance. To my Warlock mains in here, some of you love that. Y'all love that you guys always have a job. It's like you always know, like, hey, I will always have a place here because I am the well guy. At the same time, Bungie is nerfing Well of Radiance, everybody. And look, they could go in there and axe the piss out of Well of Radiance to where, yeah, Warlocks, you are no longer locked to being the dedicated healer. You can rock other things. Bungie is nerfing Well of Radiance. They've been talking about it for a while, guys. At the beginning of the final shape, they are nerfing Well of Radiance. And this is what's so crazy. We're going to have final shape rollout. We're going to have new subclasses. We're going to have a new destination, which looks to be the biggest destination ever. We're going to have a raid 3 days later. 3 days later, we're going to have a raid with potentially a neutered Well of Radiance. You talk about raid squads struggling. If depending on how bad they hurt Well of Radiance, people are going to be struggling in that day one raid. Where's the source? Chris Proctor, literally in an interview, talked about this multiple times, about them dealing with Well of Radiance. This is not news, guys. They've been talking about this for months, and they've been preparing everybody for this. Rest in peace to all the day one raid groups that are going to be screaming at each other now. Yeah. I love it though, man. That's the way it should be. Everybody should be really frustrated. See, it should go from the way the rating process should be, an excellent rating process should be excitement, and then it should roll into, I would say, frustration, and then frustration to rage to depression to exhaustion. That's kind of like the best way a day one raid experience should go. But yeah, that's really how the raid experience should be. You know, it should be the happiest you should be about a raid should be the first 60 seconds of a raid and the last 60 seconds of a raid. Those should be the moments you are your happiest. Everything in between should be the range of all emotions: frustration, sadness, rage. You know what I mean? That's the way it should be. And that's assuming if you finish. That is true. That's assuming if you finish. This was probably the funniest parts of this whole video. Press if there is a good news about the final shape.
It's been a while since I pressed this. Guess it's been so long it doesn't work anymore. Never mind.
Dude, I mean, hold on. Up until like last week, when was the last time we got good news about the final shape? Some would say the Vidoc last year, but even that was like met with skepticism. Everybody was very much like, I don't know about that. I think I'm gonna hold off. I almost feel like outside of the initial showcase of like, hey, we're gonna have 3 expansions, Witch Queen, Lightfall, the final shape. That was like the most hype we were about the final shape. And maybe during Witch Queen we were. And then after that, it was just all downhill. So the anticipation was exciting. But as far as like direct news about the final shape, I don't think it excited anyone. Not until literally this past month leading into the light, the trailers that Bungie's shown. Those were really solid. This is an excellent video. Fellas, if you get a chance, please check it out.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.